Okay, so your body, I want you to think of it as one big web, okay? So you have your jaw, your neck, your ribs, your diaphragm, and your pelvic floor muscles. They are all connected, and they're connected continuously by that tissue called fascia, which when you think of fascia, I want you to think about like with the chicken breast, how like there is that casing over the chicken breast. Well, think of fascia like that. Fascia runs throughout your whole body, and it encases your muscles just like that film stuff does on the chicken breast. Okay, so anyway, these parts of your body, the jaw, neck, diaphragm, pelvic floor, they are all connected by the connective tissue, the fascia, and by your nervous system. Okay, so therefore when one area is tense, it can create a chain reaction that affects like other parts of your body. And how this chain reaction works in your body is, okay, so for instance, step one, we have left jaw tension. Your left jaw joint might be inflamed, therefore it's tighter, there's tension there. This tension is going to slightly pull the neck and upper spine towards the left because the muscles are shortened. And then what happens next, okay, if everything's connected, we're going to come down to that rib cage shift, the fascia that's all connected, and it pull from the left jaw is going to also shift the rib cage. So now if your rib cage is here, your breathing becomes uneven. One side of your ribs are going to expand a little bit lesser than the other. Now let's look over at your right shoulder. It starts to overwork because when your ribs don't move evenly, your right shoulder blade can't glide smoothly. So then your right shoulder has to muscle through masculine energy through the movements, leading to more tightness, guarding, and then you get your pain, right? Step four, coming down the fascial line to the pelvic floor, now we have an imbalance. Remember that your pelvis is going to mirror what's happening above, okay? So if the left side of your pelvic floor is tighter, overactive, and holding there, that's going to mirror that jaw tension on your left side. And then down to the right, lats, traps, neck, we're going to start to see some tension there. There's an imbalance. So if I think about the next fascia line, that crisscross, right? So if the pelvic floor feels tight on the left side and it feels fatigued on the right side, then that's going to show up crisscross in our body. Your body does this. Your nervous system naturally does this because, again, it's trying to keep you safe. So when one area feels unstable, another part is going to compensate and overwork to try to help you out, basically like keep you safe and fix it. But over time, this creates patterns where we have an imbalance and it's not stabilized, and that's where that pain comes, and those energetic imbalances, physical imbalances, pain, posture, all the things. So let's go ahead and talk about what do we do. So step one is we need to release why, what is going on. It doesn't matter if it started in the pelvic floor, the lats, or your jaw. All that matters is we need to unwind the tension of where the starting point is. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and say releasing that tension in the left jaw through manual release work. And then we also need to make sure that we are having symmetry throughout our body. So what I mean by symmetry throughout our body is throughout the day, bring awareness to how your tongue position is, what your jaw is doing. Is it open? Are you mouth breathing? Or is it symmetrical? Look at your shoulders. Look how you're driving. Are you sitting like this? Are you sitting on one butt cheek? Is one rib cage leaning towards the front a little bit? I want you to think symmetry. We are rewiring what's going on. So as we release tension, muscle lengthening can come back to normal, and we can get symmetry back in our body. Next on the list is we need to, after we do all that release work manually in the jaw area, again, the jaw mirrors the pelvic floor. We're going to start putting our attention there, retraining the pelvic floor, because what happens here happens there and vice versa. So if we're working up here for tension, we need to work down here for tension, and intuitively continue to work on trusting ourselves, creating safety, bringing awareness to what needs to change. So emotions are biochemistry. What you think, what you feel will make up your body. So keep that in mind as you move through this healing journey. You have the principle, the foundation, and then you put your own seasoning on it and making sure you are enjoying it, because that's how we create change for the long haul. We are reteaching your body, your nervous system, your brain, your muscles, the fascia, how to move and be imbalanced. This might be new for your body. It might take longer. I don't want to put a time frame on it because this is something I want you to continuously do for the rest of your life, not just 4 more weeks type thing, okay?